Hello everybody, we are with Mr. Jed Noll of Noll Surfboards. Jed is probably one of the more well-known longboard shapers that we have in Southern California, as well as shaping all sorts of wood boards. And we're actually posing a question on Jed so that he could give us his opinion on the art of shaping. So what does the art of shaping mean to you, Jed?
Well, this is kind of a long-winded answer probably, but and probably a very broad subject. But you know, I think there's a lot of different levels to shaping, whether it's, you know, shaping a surfboard or you know, anything, whether it's sculpting and any type of medium that people want to use. But you know, to me, it's you know, one aspect is probably the most, you know, common way of looking at it is, you know, coming up with forming an idea in your head, and you know, thinking about expressing those ideas and actually being able to do it. You know, being able to take a chunk of something, whether it's foam, whether it's, you know, whether it's EPS foam, whether it's wood, whether it's polyurethane foam, whether it's, you know, different types of wood, you know, being able to take that or a piece of something and transform it into whatever it is that you feel like making at that time. You know, that's definitely one part of it. And when the word art comes into it, you know, I think a little bit more broad than just shaping a surfboard out of a piece of foam that you could get, you know, kind of milled to certain specs or whatever it is. You know, it has to do with as an art form, it's being able to make a longboard, make a shortboard, make a, you know, a board from a different era, you know, other than in just this recent past. You know, there's a lot of pieces to that.
We've got, you know, I've talked to a lot of people about just basically we look at you know, any different pastime that we have as some sort of art, but with you actually are living. You know, you're living proof that people can come in and do multiple different things, like you said, shape shortboards and shape longboards. But the one thing that I look at that's so amazing is how you and your father shape all the redwood stuff, you know, or the Elias or all this other stuff. So what you're doing is you're bringing things from the past in. So that's got to give you a certain feeling, knowing that you're actually retracing steps that some other guys did prior.
Well, absolutely. And there's, you know, I mean, for one, you know, there's a part to this that is it's something that's been handed down to me from my dad, as far as, you know, a skill set or an opportunity, you know, that I've been able to kind of I don't know, you know, talk through with my dad, and like I said, just have a relationship that is, you know, we kind of have a common thread, I guess, you know, because of that. And really what's interesting to me is all parts of surfing, and surfboard shaping and surfboards. It's not just about, I don't feel like it should just be about what's going on right now and what board's on the rack and whatnot, you know. I'm always thinking about different time periods, different eras, different surfboards, different surfboard designs, you know. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to talk to guys like, well, my dad for one, you know, for years and years, and you know, learning and understanding, you know, his era of shaping foam boards is one thing, but to be able to together go back and start to kind of understand the evolution of the surfboard has been really cool, because, you know, when you really put all of the, you know, there's lots of dots throughout surfing's history, and when you kind of start lining those dots up and you see the pattern, and you can watch you know, how a surfboard evolved from, you know, let's say the Dukes era, through the Tom Blake era, through the hot curls, through the balsa and what Simmons did, and then into the polyurethane foams, and then and so on, you know. But man, it's really cool because you see how these guys took these basic shapes and started cutting them down, and which after cutting one down led to something else, and then that led to something else, and you know, etc., etc. So I don't know, I just geek out on that stuff. I like it, I enjoy it. Again, it's a common thread that I have with my dad because he's very interested in it and can really appreciate it. You know, he was there when that transition from redwood to balsa to foam, and so it's, you know, that part's cool. You know, for me now, to be able to continue to work with my dad on these old boards, and talk to guys like Tom Morey about a finless design, you know, because of all of his years of experience, and you know, you talk to Skip Fry about a twin fin era and design, and you know, whoever it may be. I mean, the list goes on of, you know, people that I've been able to be in front of and be able to have conversations with and things. Kind of really turns me on and keeps my wheels moving because, you know, you got to realize that, I mean, 99.9% of everything that goes into a surfboard today has been done before. As creative as everyone is and as creative as they think they are and whatever it may be, you know, 99% of this has all been done before. And, you know, it's great that people are still creative today, and they're, you know, repurposing it and just putting it together in different combinations is what a lot of what's going on today. I don't know, man. I always appreciate the past. I appreciate everything that has led us up to this point. I appreciate the fact that, you know, yeah, we are using elements from, you know, the past in order to make these new things. And the one kind of thing that I feel like really can set us apart today is the materials that we have. Just like what set, you know, the balsa era apart from the redwoods and the foam from the balsas and etc. is, you know, the materials that became available, and these creative people who took those new materials and put these shapes and combined them, and you know, then it progressed. And you know, that's a really interesting part of this to me, as well as the new materials and the different weights and the different concepts, and that you're able to apply with the new materials is also, I mean, it's cool, man. And it all threads back, you know, the first question, what's the art of shaping, or what does it mean to you? It's all of this stuff, all of that, whether it's materials, whether it's the people who've brought us to where we are today, whether it's what I'm doing right now or what I'm doing tomorrow or last week, you know, it's all part of it.
It's a circle of life, right? The history repeats itself. That sounds about right, don't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have another spot here with Jed coming up.